Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped, back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we dive into the Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash ZORO, back into the 10-star event with some boosted team comps for you guys. So we're looking at the int and the quick variation of the 10-star event. I have put out videos for No New Badge, the 11th anniversary characters, but today we're focusing on using the three characters that you guys see on the right, being the Jinbei, the Robin, and the S-Snake support rare recruits. So as you can see, these are the teams I put together with a full batch. We'll break down the actual rundown and give you guys some good replacements to replace particular characters that you might be missing. So say, for example, you only pulled Robin and S-Snake, we're going to find a way to replace Jinbei. You only pulled S-Snake, we're going to replace Jinbei and Robin, and like vice versa. Give you guys a bit of an idea on some particular comps. So we'll start off with the dex variation. Obviously, Robin, Jinbei are the boosted characters. Cerebral, Powerhouse, and Free Spirit get the good stuff. On battle 2, your crewmates get 1 turn of special reverse. Your captains stay the same. 1 turn of attack down, 6 turns of damage reduction. And then you move into the final stage, and you have to deal with a bunch more attack down as well. After level 30, which these teams are designed for, there's full immunity, blowaway specials are immune, weak to cerebrals, 1 turn of special reverse, 3 turns of bottom right blowaway. Normal attacks only, a territory and intimidation for chain boundary, I believe. A slot barrier for 4 turns of a slot barrier, which is very annoying. 13 turns of despair, which goes down to 10 after sockets, and then all orbs except 10 orbs will be treated as a 90% damage reduction. So the thing about this quest as well is the Robin and the Jinbei have buffed captain ability. So the Jinbei as a captain allows you to just be immune to blowaway. So if you guys don't have Jinbei, like obviously the best thing to do is just run a front captain Jinbei. We're going to be running double Jinbei for this particular fight. That's going to work quite nicely. You can use 1 Jinbei on turn 2 to take care of the attack down and the damage reduction, and then use the other Jinbei to remove the attack down on the final stage. It says 8 turns on like when the enemy retreats. That'll go down to 7, and then the interrupt will bring it down to 6, so Jinbei just perfectly works for that particular stage. Robin can remove the barriers as well. The thing about Jinbei is his captain ability states if you have 5 or more Egghead or Straw Hat characters, you increase the value of barrier removal by 1. So running 2 Jinbei is going to turn Robin's barrier removal into a 4-turn barrier removal, which is exactly what you need to take care of that. The S-Snake, she actually gives you the 1 turn of cooldown for the team. So that works out quite nicely there. And then I've just thrown on the Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and the Nami unit. The Luffy, Zoro, Sanji obviously removes a shit ton of despair. They're great here because they can obviously just be a really good attack and orb booster as well. So you can use them first. Basically on the final stage, then like you can just sort of, well, you kind of don't really need them too much, like besides that despair removal. So again, they are replaceable with anyone that can just remove, say you have S-Snake to 7 turns of despair. And then Nami, she's just here because she can provide the increased damage taken. You can use her before getting the S-Snake special off as well. So you can sort of just do some fun stuff there. Plus you could use the Brûlé support on her. So what you could actually do here, if you can find another way of getting cooldowns, maybe you replace the Luffy, Zoro, Sanji unit with a 7-turn despair remover that also gives 1 turn of cooldown, like the what's his name, Super Tandem Luffy. You could just like rock Super Tandem Luffy here. That actually probably, that honestly, that will do more damage. So say for example you want to just use this particular Luffy right here, this guy, he gives 1 turn of cooldown as well. So you'd also get a full bot of tandem orbs too. But for example, you get the cooldowns with Brûlé on Nami. You then use the Nami special. She gives herself 2 turns of cooldown. Use the EX, which gives her 2 turns of cooldown. And then use the S-Tank and the Luffy special. All of a sudden, you can then get the weakness effect, the weakness and the increased damage taken, and the base stats for Slash and Strikers, which, look, it's not going to be for the entire team, but at the same time, you could definitely do something like this, and that's going to work out super hunky-dory. As for replacement options, if you guys are missing Robin, the easiest replacement in the entire world is Shanks. The 10th anniversary Shanks character, he removes 3 turns of barriers, so that way you don't have to really worry about the double Jinbei situation as well. Jinbei is obviously going to extend his barriers to 5 turns because you still have the Egghead characters, 5 Egghead characters, as well as the Straw Hats, so that's going to work out pretty hunky-dory there. As for a S-Snake replacement, because you already have like 20 turns of despair removal with the Luffy, realistically you only need 1 turn of cooldown. And what you can easily do here as well, you can just rock the Mistem support on Luffy, and then you can actually just use Luffy as your cooldown reducer, and then you don't even have to worry about S-Snake at all, and then you just have a complete free spot for your flex. Obviously, you'd want that character to be an Egghead character or a Straw Hat character, but that's definitely something that you could do as well. If you guys are looking for a character that can give yourself cooldowns, where's the reduction? There it is. Reduce special charge. You have a bunch of different options. The idea here is like you want them obviously to be, Powerhouse, Cerebral, and Free Spirit. So you want them to do something like this. You could easily use like Ace Yamato, for example, but again, you want it to be a Straw Hat character. So like you have Uso Hachi's a really, really good option. You could run the free-to-play Kuzan. You have the new rare recruit Usopp. This guy here is probably going to be your best option to kind of throw on the team. He's got type advantage as well, which is really, really nice. So they're the kind of characters I would use. You have Frankie there too, so you definitely could do some stuff there with, say, like the Usopp, for example. He's probably going to be the best character to run there. But again, if you have the S-Snake, that's going to be the one that you guys want to use. As for a Jinbei replacement, again, I would highly recommend bringing a friend captain Jinbei, just so that way you can get around the blowaway shenanigans. But Jinbei on the final stage is basically going to take care of the attack down. So that's sort of his big gimmick. You can then still use a Jinbei on turn 2 because you will have the second Jinbei. But you could easily throw on attack down removing support on something like Robin. Say, for example, you're still using, for example, you have Robin here. Let's just bring her back for a second. Say, for example, you're still using, where is she? This Robin. You can then throw on like the Morley support, which gives you 1 turn of attack down removal. And then all you need to do is just bring a damage reduction removal, and then all of a sudden you can just bring Shanks back. This guy right here. And he's going to take care of the damage reduction on turn 2. Unfortunately, this way you're not going to get all of the barrier removal that you will need for the final stage. So that's going to be something that you guys need to look at as well as bringing an extra barrier remover. Like, for example, Shanks is obviously going to be very, very good at that. You could easily just still use something like the friend captain Jinbei on that particular stage too, and then replace the Nami unit down here. Well, actually, Nami removes damage reduction too. I'm a smackhead. You want to use Nami just to remove the damage reduction on turn 2, and then that way you can use your crewmates get special reverse though, so you'd have to do something like that, and that would be fine. She's still getting, yeah, you'd probably want to do something like this, I guess. Nah, she's not a good captain. You want to do something like this. And then she still removes the damage reduction. You can use Shanks to remove the barriers. You have the attack down removal there, and then you have the second Jinbei to remove that attack down there. So depending on what you guys have and what you're looking at, it's going to be more dependent on what's going to work for you. Again, if you're missing if you're missing the Robin and you're running this particular setup, you just replace Robin with another attack down remover, because Shanks is still going to take care of all of those barriers for you too. So you could easily just go special, someone that can remove attack down, wherever it is. Yeah, you can just go attack down here, and yeah, you can just run Robin and Jinbei, and then that's just like a straight swap for the Robin unit too. So you guys have a lot of options there. That'll definitely work. But as for the full batch team, that is what this is pretty much what I'm going to go with for that particular fight. Moving on to the int variation. The int variation, obviously Robin and Jinbei are the boosted characters. Cerebral, Free Spirit, and I believe Slashes get the cooldowns for this particular fight. Battle 2, there is a slot orb barrier for sight orbs, and then a full board of unfavorable slots, and then all type orbs, including, all type orbs become unfavorable. So you get a full board of unfavorable orbs, and then all type orbs become unfavorable, which is a little bit annoying, because then it just like solid built around tandem slots. On the final stage, after level 30, because all these teams are built for that, Zoro Jiro is immune to everything and blow away % damage reduction shenanigans. He has 1 turn of special reverse. He gives you blind on your left-hand column. Forward border block orbs, normal attacks only. He puts up a territory. Okay, did I gloss over territory? Yeah, I glossed over territory on this particular fight, but don't stress. If you are using the Jinbei as a captain, then you can just use your special on turn 3, and then you'll overwrite the territory. Going back to this this invariation now, there is the territory. There is a barrier for 2 turns of a 4 perfect hit. Top row gets 7 turns of despair, 7 turns of damage reduction, 6 turns of attack down, and then if you use any slot changing abilities, you get 11 turns of paralysis. So kind of see what they're kind of what they want you to do here. Ideally, they want you to run double Robin, so that's what we're doing. Use 1 Robin on turn 2, use 1 Robin on turn 3, so then that way you just remove the barriers on turn 2, you remove the barriers on turn 3. She also gives you a full board of tandem slots, so you don't have to worry about all unfavorable orbs. You have the bind removal with S-Snake. She removes 4 turns of bind, which obviously goes down to 4 turns with sockets. She also gives the 1 turn of cooldown. And then Jinbei removes the damage reduction, I believe that was what it was. on the final stage. Yeah, it's 7 turns of damage reduction. So a little bit annoying. You might have to bring someone to sort of help get around that. And then to remove the despair and the paralysis, we have the Luffy special. So you're going to use the Robin special. You're going to get a full board of what's it called? A full board of Tandem Orbs. It's going to trigger the interrupt. You get paralyzed, and then you use the Luffy Zoro Sanji special, and you'll be pretty much good to go there. This is one where you can't really get the Nami situation going, but Nami can also remove damage reduction. So if you guys are missing something like Jinbei, he is pretty easily replaced because you already have Nami on this team. And Nami kind of gets her pseudo double special activation, not like super easily, but you get pretty damn close, to be honest. Brule there. So if you are running double Robin though, Robin has the boosted captain ability where she can give, what's it called? She can give 5 turns of paralysis removal if you have a territory live. So because you're using the Robin special to remove the barrier, she puts up a territory as your captain. You're then going to get the 5 turns of paralysis removal, which means that you just need to bring 1 extra turn of paralysis. So say, for example, we want to bring back this Luffy here, this guy right here. So that way we can again get the pseudo double special of Nami off to get the weakening effect and the increased damage taken and the base stats and whatnot. Luffy's still going to be a pretty good attack booster, and he also makes Tandem Orbs 2.75 multiplier. He also is a super tandem character too, so lots of people already have him maxed out. You can then throw on the Rayleigh support just for a bit of paralysis removal. Then all of a sudden you're like, wham bam, thank you ma'am. I have all the paralysis removal I need with a double Robin situation, and then I have Jinbei to help me out with the damage reduction and whatnot. So that's probably something that I will do. However, if you guys don't have double Robin, then you are going to want to look at bringing the Luffy Zoro Sanji. It's just the easiest way to bypass the paralysis and the despair. If you aren't bringing double Robin, once again, like bringing Shanks is going to be like your best option, because then you can just use the Shanks special on turn 2, for example. You are going to get 3 turns of color affinity, and then you can use Nami. She will definitely have the pseudo double special activation here, because you can use her special. She'll get the 2 turns of cooldown. You'll move into the next stage. You get the Brule support, then you get the cooldowns from S-Snake. Use her EX, and then you're also going to get 2 more turns of cooldown because you have a bunch of Straw Hats on the team as well. So that's going to work out pretty hunky-dory. You will have Tandem Orbs pretty much the entire fight, and you can pretty much bypass it that way. With the pseudo special of double special activation of Nami, you really don't need Jinbei either. Like, Jinbei is pretty much just a character that is getting you the damage reduction removal, but it is 7 turns of damage reduction removal. So if you're going to need to use, oh, you also have the attack down, totally forgot about that. If you're also using Nami on turn 2 to get the Tandem Orbs with this kind of setup, you're then going to want to bring, or you could actually probably use Robin, actually, now thinking about it. You could definitely use Robin on turn, what's it called? If you're using this setup, you could use Robin on turn 2, and then you could use the pseudo double special activation of Nami here, or actually just like the stage 2 version to remove the 7 turns of damage reduction. And then all of a sudden you just need to bring someone that can remove attack down, and once again you just have Robin Jinbei. Like, Robin Jinbei is just going to help out so much. You also have attack down, damage reduction removal with the Robin Jinbei as well. So just a fantastic option to throw in there, and it's another Straw Hat unit too. If you guys are missing the S-Snake unit, this one is a little bit harder to replace. However, it is still doable. I believe it's not Powerhouse units anymore. It's free. Is it Free Spirit? No, it's Slashes. Slashes Cerebral Free Spirit. If you guys don't have the S-Snake unit, it's going to be a little bit harder to replace, because you do want to get around not only the 1 turn of reduction, you also need to get around the bind. So remember, the bind is on the left-hand side, so just make sure you put this guy on the right-hand side. An easy replacement here is the Kuzan. He's also going to give you a chain lock, which can be kind of nice because you don't really have any chain shenanigans going anyway. So he's a really, really good option. He gives you cooldowns there. You could use Chopper with the Brule support if you really want to. He's another great option at getting around some paralysis, some attack down, all that kind of stuff. However, you will definitely need the Brule support for him to work. Again, just a really good option as a Straw Hat. And then you also have, what other character was I looking at before I said we're off to the races here? I think actually that was it. The Kuzan and the Chopper were the 2 big ones that I could see. Oh, Kobe. This Kobe here. He's another really good option. He's technically an egghead character, so that's always fun. And his special can give Orb boost, I believe. Yeah, increases Orb boost and then removes bind. And then I don't know if he gives I don't know if he gives the cooldown actually as a captain. I might be wrong there, but like, look, he is definitely another option. But I think the easiest one for most people is going to be this particular Kuzan. You also have the cooldown reduction with Robin and Jinbei, actually, something that I forgot to mention. Robin and Jinbei also give cooldown reduction, so you don't actually need the reduction in this special. You could easily just go with a bind remover, and it's only 4 turns as well. So for example, if you are running let's just take him off for a second. If you are running this particular setup, you could easily just go like something like an Ace on Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji. And then you could go the Karasu support on Robin and Jinbei. That's going to remove 1 turn of bind. This one right here. Bind and paralysis. And then you're basically covered. Otherwise, you just have a plethora of bind reducing characters. As long as they sort of meet the criteria of Straw Hats, you'll be pretty much good to go. But they're the boosted team makeups. Hopefully they help you guys out with some replacements or help you guys take down the 10-star event. It's a bit of a doozy, this one. And like as you can see here, my teams are pretty similar to each other. This is what I'm going to be rocking. I will do my best to do playthroughs of a lot of different teams. Obviously, it is the 11th anniversary, so like heaps of videos coming out on the channel. Hit the bell notification, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Bell the like button on this one if it helps you out. But most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Loot!